Yo, Twos, what go on? What you saying, man?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm just about to start the first recording of Monte Radio, actually.
Oh, mad. What you doing for it, man?
Well, we've got a few different sections, but I'm about to interview Mr. Lloyd, but the problem is I don't have a co-host.
Oh, I'm actually involved in the school radio, but I'm pretty experienced with this stuff. I can help out if you want.
Oh, well, if you've got the experience, I'd love the extra hand. You just have to pick up as we go along, because I'm just literally about to get Mr. Lloyd on now.
Yeah, I can cope with that. I went to a bit of improv, so I'll manage.
Perfect.
Good morning, Monte. Time to wakey wakey.
Okay, guys, welcome to the first episode of Monte Radio.
So today we're going to be starting off by checking in with the boss man, Mr. Lloyd, and we'll have a couple of words from the man himself.
So, Mr. Lloyd, thank you very much for coming on the first episode of Monty Radio. We just wanted to see how you're doing during these lockdown times.
Well, my pleasure for you asking me to join you on this very first inaugural podcast. Fantastic. Probably pretty much like everyone else, I imagine. Get frustrated. You sort of get frustrated with not knowing, what points things are going to start and stop and end. And but I think not too bad. I mean, I think lots of people with the family are okay, and everyone's sort of functioning and happy. We've got amazing. We're so lucky here. We're at school all the time. We haven't been down to our house or anything. We're at school all the time. So, as far as somewhere to, be locked down, it's an absolutely amazing place to be. It's very quiet around the place. So we're fine. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. Thanks. Yeah.
So with all this free time on your hands and the school very empty, and you've got this lovely ground to enjoy, what have you been getting up to?
Well, actually, it's still been relatively busy. The days are still quite busy because obviously, I continue to teach in the art department, so we're doing a lot the sort of individual tutorial stuff. We had to rewrite the whole of the syllabus for this term because obviously not having the practical stuff was difficult. Lots of essay marking. We've been marking all the GCSE and all the pre-U work. I try and keep in touch with lots of people in the house each week. So I try and over a period of sort of week and a half, 2 weeks, I try and speak to most people in the house. So I have a series of sort of tutorials and 5-10 minute chats in little groups or individuals. So that's kept me quite busy. But I as I've always have done, I try and use a bit of time to keep painting. That's really important to me. I've had a bit of a disaster with exhibitions. I've got one at the moment, which is obviously the gallery shut. Another one that's supposed to be opening in August, which are a little bit more optimistic about. But that's 2 years worth of work I've been building up to those exhibitions. So that's a bit frustrating, a bit disappointing. I've been, so carrying on a little bit in the studio. That's maybe get half an hour a day doing that, which is really nice. We go for walks. We spend a lot of time in the grounds in the evenings. We've been out and there's all sorts of all sorts of wildlife that come back. So you get out, the badgers are out, the otters are out. There's deer on the sort of sports pitches. Get out for a run, do a bit of exercise. Probably like you lot, trying to get a bit of a balance of things. Try and relax a little bit more the weekend. Than I would do during term time, I suppose. I can sit by the fire pit in the evening and not worry about the noise coming out of the house, which is quite nice. But time-wise, still keeping pretty busy, really. Yeah.
So you were talking about your painting. Do you do is your studio at home or do you go somewhere else to do that?
Well, I know I've got a studio in my house in Portland. That's where I'd normally be based. So I've sort of got a bit of a room at the back of the kitchen that I use that I've had to reorganise and use that for painting. Yeah, so I can walk in and out. I just use that. It's fine. It's fine for now. Yeah.
Perfect. So obviously you talked a bit about the school, but what's it like having no pupils there? Is it strange or is it basically the same? Or the
Well, I
house?
suppose you see it certain times during the holidays, but even during the holidays, it's really, really busy because obviously there's lots of people still around, lots of maintenance teams in and out of the houses, and still lots going on. But different for the first few weeks, certainly during the Easter holidays, it was very, very quiet, where people were just sort of working out what we're going to do really before people were furloughed. And but now the building work has sort of started again on the new library next to us. So that's quite busy. That's quite noisy. But I can look out my window now, and I wouldn't see anyone necessarily for 2 or 3 hours wandering around. You might see occasional family going for a walk around the grounds, but a vast majority of people that come into school come in, go to their classrooms, do their lessons, and then go. Everyone's allocated their place where they have to work. Some people are working from home. Occasionally you see Mr. Christopher, Mr. Graham walking up and down the stairs, but I see them mostly on the screen like you do. So it's pretty quiet. But you go out, in the evenings you might see sort of families wandering around. You get an occasional game of golf in, which has been quite nice. But it's a big place. So actually it seems quite eerie. It seems something's not quite right. I much prefer the hustle and bustle of term time, the noise and the busyness. I much prefer that. It's almost sort of slightly soulless at the moment. Something's not quite right, and but we're all coping with that, aren't we?
Yeah.
So over isolation, there's been a little trend. It's kind of trending online of people giving themselves haircuts during quarantine.
Yeah.
And I like the classic kind of short bit of room around the ears.
Yeah, lovely.
And Oscar's given himself a bit of a mad one, just completely gotten rid of the sides. What's your opinion on us coming back with some of the wacky haircuts?
I haven't really thought about it actually. I think enjoy it while you can actually.
Yeah.
Enjoy the freedom to explore your own hair and your own hairdressing abilities. I think it's the perfect time to do it, isn't it? So enjoy that freedom. People come back with Joe Exotic haircuts. We'll have to reassess life, but I think that newfound freedom is great. I mean, I did try and do a little bit myself early on in holidays, and it was a complete disaster. Most of the beard went as well actually, so that's growing back again now. It's just a sense of sort of freedom, and it's nice. You can do that sort of stuff at the moment. So yeah, enjoy it while you can. I think is the best thing. Max.
So we had initially going to ask if you were going to get a quarantine cut, what would it be? So if you could go the wackiest that you can imagine, what would you like to go for?
I'll probably revisit my youth. I imagine. So this probably relates more to the parents actually. Neighbours was really big when I was about sort of 12 or 13, and it was at the time of people like Mickey Shannon and Kevin Keegan, sort of football players, and Mr. Souness, of course. So I'd probably have a really light perm, but really long at the back. Yeah, so sort of semi Chrissy Waddle, semi Jason Donovan. I mean that because actually you can be on teams and you can have anything going on behind, can't you?
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of it. So you can have a full Joe Exotic as long as you can brush it over when you see prospective parents online.
So we were wondering if quarantine goes on for any longer, do you think there might be a possibility of completely getting rid of the beard?
The big question.
Well, I got down to it was a grade 1, actually, which is the shortest it's been for about 6 years. I don't think so. No, I like it. I like the feel of it.
Yeah.
I've had it for a long time now, and I feel attached to it. I think that maybe the photographs looking back without it will remind me of a time I don't want to be reminded of, perhaps, which would be a shame. So it's gone a little bit, but I'll crack on. I think if you get used to something, it's nice to have that some element of continuity in these challenging times.
Yeah.
So very kind of Mr. Lloyd to join us. He seems like he's doing well. Obviously, we're all having a difficult time. What do you think, Max?
I mean, yeah, he seems like he's keeping busy. He's obviously got quite a lot on his plate, trying to keep us all intact, even though we're all away from the nest. He sounds like he's got quite a lot going on. He's doing his painting, which is good. But let's check in with Papi to see how they're doing as a family and what he's been getting up to outside of the school time.
Okay, so Papi, thank you very much for coming on Monte Radio. We just wanted to ask, how's DFL doing? Because obviously we wanted to check up on the boss from his family's perspective.
Yeah, he's been doing all right. There's been up and down days. Sometimes he threatens to run away across the fields when he's hit a low, but Yeah, he's been all right.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's expected. My parents, we've had a couple up and down days as well, but it's just important, you pull through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poppy, we noticed actually, has Mr. Lloyd been working out recently? Because on his house assembly, he was looking in. Me and Who's noticed he was looking in quite good shape.
Yeah, he's bought these new ropes that attach to the tree, like sort of pull up ropes, and he's he's been enjoying them. Um, he's been taking full advantage of the empty grounds using the track. Yeah, he's been doing daily workouts actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, all your family are at home. It must be quite nice having all the family under one roof. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so Lily's back from uni. She's working, so she's in and out of the house. Gets quite busy. Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been doing as a family? What's Mr. Lloyd been doing to keep you all entertained?
Well, since we've been allowed out, we've been to the beach. Sort of just walking around school really, where it's quite quiet. He's taking us all around.
Yeah.
Did some sort of art stuff with him.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Has he set you any of the house challenges we've been doing?
I like he showed me some of your pictures. They were good. I liked them, and then I recently liked the videos you've taken of like the punching ones. They were quite
Yeah, those
funny.
are good.
Yeah.
Well, Poppy, thank you very much, and we hope it all stays well and Mr. Lloyd doesn't go running across the fields.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you very much. And
Thank you.
be in touch.
Bye.
Lovely to hear from Poppy there, and we now go back to Mr. Lloyd for the second part of his interview.
So now we've established what you're doing and that you're doing well. What do you recommend that us boys should be doing during quarantine? Any tips like on how we should stay fit, how we should stay active?
Well, I don't know if any of you have done the big plug for the school wellbeing and sports podcast and those sorts of things. Anyone looked at those? Yeah, you looked at those?
I've done
Yeah?
a few challenges for them.
Yeah, I think a challenge is good. A challenge is good, So I think setting yourself something that you can do. Something I don't think you want to sort of be hard on yourselves about things. I think you want to get a certain amount of things done. I don't think you want to be disappointed in things that you do. So if you can set yourself a challenge that's got some sort of goal to it that you really enjoy doing. I know I've heard of people going out cycling, people that are swimming, people that are running, but do the things that you enjoy. Certainly the things you enjoy to keep fit and healthy. I think it's great. I think those that have put down musical instruments. Well, I saw a guitar in the corner of your room.
Yeah.
So keep doing those sorts of things, and maybe this idea of learning something. I've spoken to a couple of upper sixth, one or upper sixth, learning Chinese at the moment and having some lessons there. That sounds great. But I also think that sometimes you put yourself under pressure, feeling as though you ought to be doing more. When actually, if you're challenged by the things that you're already doing, enjoying doing those things, then I think if you've probably got the balance right. I think now that we're quite a few weeks into things, I think it's become slightly easier because you know your capacity to do things. I think at the beginning there was this sort of sense of sort of hysteria about doing so much and doing all the things that you didn't have time to do. I know, Will, you've been planting your allotment. I've been out in the garden and things here. That sort of thing has been nice. Just having that, revisiting something. So really, whatever you got the capacity to do, because some people, lots of people are still at home. There's only a certain amount you can do, really. So, do the things that really challenge you to find interesting, but don't feel obliged and put yourself under pressure to do more than you're capable of. You've got to stay fit and healthy and enjoy being around your families and put up with each other for as long as possible. Keep the peace. So that's sort of important, really. So but also never. In our lives, hopefully, again, we'll have that chance to be around each other. The people that we don't always spend lots of time with. So you can find a really happy medium and get on with people and really enjoy your family time. I think that's fantastic.
Perfect. So obviously, looking at things that we've enjoyed in the past that maybe we might look forward to in the future. I know for the sixth form we had, or I wasn't there, but the rest of them had a wine night with Mr. Dant.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you reckon another one of those could be on the cards?
Or during lockdown.
or during lockdown, or maybe something to look forward to when we come back?
I think there's all sorts of things that, look forward to, and I think it's it'll be exciting, and it'll be really refreshing for everyone to sort of think about the things that they missed, because I think that sometimes you take school life for granted. I think a little bit. You come back and it's the same. You slip into the same routines with the same people. I think lots of people are reassessing the things that they really enjoy about school, and I think it's probably the same with all parts of life, really. And the biggest thing is spending time with your mates, really, isn't it? That's the big thing that people are missing. So I think lots of things where you can get those friendships going again and spend time around each other, and things like I thought the wine tasting was great fun, and things that you'd enjoy socially with each other when you finally get here, whenever that may be.
Yeah. Well, sir, thank you very much for joining us, and we're hoping that every week you might be able to come on so that we can have a word from Mr. Lloyd. It
Absolutely.
probably won't be as long as this one, but hopefully we should see you next week for a quick word and just to check up and see how things are doing.
Absolutely, chaps. Thank you, and good luck with it, and well done. I look forward to hearing it all when it's put together, and big shout out to everyone, and everyone's safe and well. We'll see each other soon.
So we move into our next section, news from the world.
In this section of the podcast, we'll be sharing with you some headlines from outside of the Camford bubble.
Florida man charged of assault with deadly weapon after throwing an alligator through a drive-through window.
Toos, what do you call an alligator in a vest?
I'm not sure actually.
An investigator. Lol.
Yeah, that's actually quite good.
Thousands of cows lose their jobs as milk prices hit rock bottom because cafes and restaurants have now been closed.
Oh, they really are milking it, aren't they? So in this next segment, Monte News, we asked members of the Greatest House to let us know what they've been up to during lockdown, whether it be charitable or just for fun.
So we haven't actually got no one replied to Susie's email about their Monte News, sadly, but we've been thinking, if you interact with the gram a lot, keep an eye on Mr. Lloyd's Instagram stories, and he'll be posting questions up there. And if you think that you've done something very good this week, something that people should know about, write it in the little box, and then Mr. Lloyd will let us know about it, and we'll choose the shout out of the week.
Yeah, so this is the section where you can get the amazing shout out for the week, and what we've done is we've created a little care package. So the winner of the shout out of the week is going to receive a special care package from Max and I. So there's a little bit of incentive. Let us know what you've been up to, and yeah, you could receive. I think we've got some good stuff lined up for the care package, don't you think, Max?
Including a signed photo of both of us. Moving on, we've got our next section where we'll be answering some questions from Monte.
Yeah, so however, unfortunately, we did not get any questions that we could answer. So once again, just keep up to date with the gram and you'll be able to post the questions that you want answered on there. Moving on.
Our final section of the podcast, which we're planning on doing each week, is our tune of the week, where we both nominate a song and then it's voted for on the polls, and we'll play it at the end of the radio show.
Yeah, so make sure, obviously, once again, stay up to date on the Montague Instagram, because there'll be a poll on there for each of the songs each week. So this week, my nomination was Believer by Imagine Dragons.
My nomination was Serious Time by Mungo's Hi-Fi. Make sure you give it a listen. Very nice, bit of reggae.
Yep, so stick around to the end to find out which song is tune of the week this week. Well, that's it for this week. It's been a pleasure entertaining you.
We'll see you next week for another banger of an episode coming through your aerials.
Perfect. So this week's tune of the week was Believer by Imagine Dragons.
And that's a wrap. Big love from MC Hansen.
And Big Man 2s.
Signing off.